So welcome to my first thoughts on Armored Core 6, The Fires of Rubicon. I cannot believe I was in the other room, I turned the game on, I saw the title, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm playing an Armored Core game once again. It's been a long time for me, and I have a bit of a history with the game. Me and my friend Rob and my friend Satan back in the day all had a copy of the game. I can't find my copy for this. Go figure. Somebody's probably stole it because the game was that good back then. And we would all play it head to head. We would get two TVs together and a link cable for the original PlayStation back in 1997. It was the premier mech game back then. And how is this new one? Is it living up to the name of Armored Core? Is it the Dark Souls of Armored Core games? People seem to get really confused about that. Armored Core has always been its own thing, its own unique series with its own unique gameplay and design and all of that. It's meant to be Armored Core. Dark Souls is Dark Souls. Elden Ring is Elden Ring. So before I begin, I will ask you guys, are you looking forward to Armored Core 6? Is it up there as a game you've been looking forward to? Let me know down below. This is a third-person mech shooting game. That is what it is at its heart. And how is it? How is this game now in the year 2023? I gotta say, I've had a lot of hype building up to this. I've seen every single movie of the game, all the gameplay stuff and all that. But there was still a part of me that was thinking, I don't know, is it going to be the old Armored Core? Which isn't a bad thing. How are they going to update it? What's it going to play like? How's the feeling going to be? You know, the strange thing is, isn't it really weird that you turn a game on and you haven't played that series for a very long time? You step into the shoes of this new game and you're like, oh my God, you are just instantly transported back, for me personally, to 1997. It feels the same way, but completely updated and completely new. And obviously graphic-wise and all that. We'll get into all of that in a little bit. But I just want to say that the core mechanics of Armored Core 6 feel exactly like an Armored Core game should feel. And I want to say that the controls are very good. I mean, I was doing the tutorial to begin with, and I didn't even need to look at the tutorials. I remembered all the placement of the buttons, how to boost my character, how to fly in the air, how to, strike missiles coming out, how to shoot my cannon. And I felt very, very much at home. And I'm going to say something completely crazy. This is up there as one of my games of the year. I'm just going to state it right to begin with. I'm having such a good time playing it. It's the ultimate mech game for myself. And I can only speak for myself. I don't know how you guys are. Are you looking forward to Armored Core 6? Are you big mech fans? See, that's what I can say for myself. I'm a huge mech fanatic. I love mecha. I always have in anime and all of that. And that's why I think I love the original Armored Core game so much. I was like, oh, cool. I can finally play kind of a mech shooting game with RPG mechanics of being able to upgrade my mechs and stuff like that. I felt very, very at home, and I felt very much like I was in an anime of my choosing at that point. And I always loved the designs of the Armored Cores themselves. I think they look fantastic. The mechs look so good. And the customization, all the things you can upgrade in this game is astronomical. But I'm not going to get too much into all of that. I'm not going to ruin a lot of the aspects of the game. I'm still in the very beginning of the game and just running around shooting mechas. I'm in heaven. I'm very much in heaven with this game. So let's start at the beginning. How are the graphics of this game? Where it's very interesting, I put it onto performance mode. That's actually a default setting. I went in to automatically do that. It was set to a default setting for the 60 frames a second, and it's glorious. It really looks nice in 60 frames a second. Yes, do you lose detail? You do in any game now when you turn it just to 60 frames a second mode, and I'm okay with that. I actually these days really prefer a nice frame rate. I've really become more of a frame rate guy over the years, and this game does not disappoint. But still, even at 60 FPS, the graphics are really fantastic. A huge open world to kind of run around at your leisure. And yes, you have different objectives to do in each map. and all that. So sometimes you got to go down and take out these enemies. You collect the data from them, go over here, destroy these enemies. So you're going all over the map. They've really done an impressive job with the mechas, with the environments, with the world. Gameplay, as I say, is classic Armored Core. You can just run around normally. You can boost. You can jump in the air and boost. You can shoot missiles. You got your guns on there. You can lock onto enemies. And I just love blasting around with my boosters on, going around the ground, just kind of like Tom style, for anybody who remembers that old anime. And you just zooming around, doing that, shooting your missiles, and it feels really good. I just want to say that for anybody who's never played an Armored Core game, don't worry. You can come in here, do the tutorial, and after a few minutes, you'll really pick it up. Very easy to get into, but very hard to master. And it takes a bit of time to get used to the controls and how to fly around the map. And even I at first was going a little crazy fighting some enemies, but I was having a good time just kind of boosting up, shooting missiles, shooting my gun, jumping back, landing on the ground, blasting around there. Really fun, really kinetic, and really fun gameplay. You really feel connected to controlling your mech and navigating the world. Music is dark and brooding, how it should be for a style of game like this. Really builds a lot of atmosphere from when you're running around, and just adding to the story element as well. And the story right now is just very basic for me, and I'm going to comment on that probably in the future a little bit more as I get more in there. And also, I don't want to spoil too much off the bat. Now, who is this game for? Is it for people who play Dark Souls or people who like mech games? You know what? As I say, this is an Armored Core mech shooting game first. That's what it is. It's by FromSoftware. But, you know, if you like the Dark Souls series and all of that, come in here with a different mindset and understand that this is mech action. This is what it's all about. It's not medieval, dark fantasy style of stuff. You're gonna jump in here, jump in your mech, go around, shoot a lot of missiles, Macross style, and have a really great amount of fun doing that. But a very different style of game, and that has to be said. People are asking about the difficulty. How is the difficulty? Well, it's challenging for sure, but that's not in a bad way. The older games, the older Armored Core games were challenging as well. This is part of the series staple. You know, obviously we're not going to create a game where you just start going through it and just beat everything the first way through. That would be very unfun, and a lot of the fun here is going against a boss battle. And first of all, just getting into the boss battles, you're like, oh my god, they're the best boss battles that I've ever seen in an Armored Core game in my time. I'm just like blown away with what they can do nowadays. And I'm looking at some of these things, and you just have to learn the pattern. So it's kind of like Dark Souls in that, is that you've got to figure out how to beat the boss. Like, I was just one boss that was driving me crazy right in the beginning. And it's because I was hanging on the ground and explosions are going out and they're catching me all the time and killing me. So you got to stay in the air and launch all your missiles and just keep in the air and all that. So you got to learn the strategies. Like any great game, you got to learn the strategies. You will get better. You will get better. And that is where you get the fulfillment for when you finally do figure out that boss and take it down. And so I'm actually happy with the difficulty. I'm like, I don't want to cakewalk through this. I kind of want to, you know, have a bit of challenge in there and go through the game and go, oh yeah, I'm getting something out of this. And I think this is a game that I'm going to spend a lot of time playing and delve into. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to doing is getting online and playing against some of my friends. So if any of my friends are watching this, let's play some Armored Core 6. 1-on-1, we'll do a basic mech versus basic mech. I always like that in a very plain city. That's what I used to do back with the link cable in the PlayStation 1 days. And we had a great amount of fun there. I just want to go back to basics for that and all that. I even remember back in the day going to Anime Expo in 2000 and my friend Satan getting in an Armored Core tournament. And he got to the finals. And he was second place. That's just one of those tangent things I want to bring up from something from 23 years ago to show our history with the game. And if you're a mech fan, you're going to fall in love with Armored Core 6. You really, really are. It's a really fun shooting mech style of game where you'll be challenged quite a bit, but there's a lot of fun to be had there, and I'm looking forward to jumping into a lot of the online modes there, that is for sure. But it's fascinating to come back to Armored Core. I remember when they showed the trailer, and I was like, you're kidding me. they didn't forget about Armored Core. And I had a small tier then, I have a small tier now. I can't believe I'm playing Armored Core once again on modern consoles. And playing on the PS5 version today was really stunning and fun and just unbelievable at times. And a high recommendation. This has already been noted as one of my games of the year. And I'm only at the beginning, but I already know what to expect. I've already played through the initial bunch of levels, and I feel good about that to say that this is definitely on my game of the year list. Phenomenal stuff, really fun to get back to it. Guys, I will ask you, are you looking forward to Armored Core 6? Is it one of those games that you've been looking forward to? Do you like mech games? Are you a big anime fan? Do you just like mechs in general? Do you just like mech warriors? Something like that. Let me know down below if you're looking forward to this game. I'm definitely going to go back into the other room and finish my play session for today. So anyways, guys, until next time.